So day 98, and I got a funny story. You guys won't believe this. So on the flight back, the flight from Washington to Philadelphia was fine. But when we went to leave Philadelphia, it was supposed to be like a 2-hour, 17-minute flight to get back to Florida. Well, first we went to leave, and they separated our seats. So instead of me and the girls sitting all in a row, there was like a person in between us, you know, one of the girls, then a person, then one of the girls, and the person, then me. For some reason, these full-grown adults in their 50s and 60s didn't want to move from their particular seat until one nice guy finally said, you know, I don't want to get the flight delayed, I'll just move over here. So that got resolved, and I was like, okay, so we're all sitting in our seat, we'll be good to go, right? No. We then sat at the gate for probably 45 minutes for whatever reason, right? And then we finally take off, and you know, when you're flying, you can really only tell that you're flying. You can't tell what direction you're going or whatever. So it's about a good 2 hours into the flight. I'm thinking we're getting ready to land at any minute, right? And the captain comes on the plane, comes on the intercom, loudspeaker thing, and he goes, so just to let everybody know what's going on, we have no radar, we have no, you know, GPS, infrared, whatever planes use, no navigation whatsoever. It's all down. And they've been trying to fix it while they're in the air, but they can't. So we've been circling pretty close to Philadelphia this entire time. And he said, we're going to land in Raleigh, South Carolina to change planes, but we have to burn all our fuel off first, and they don't dump it anymore. They literally fly in circles until they burn it off. So now I'm sitting there for another 2 hours, waiting for them to burn off all the fuel, and then we finally land. But when we land, they don't get us off the plane right away. We sit there for like another hour. And finally they get us off, and they're scrambling to find a plane, which takes about another hour. And then they have a plane, and they're getting it prepped and catered, or whatever they call it. But then they can't find a pilot. So that takes another hour or so. So finally, they get a pilot, and they're looking for crew. They get everybody. They finally get us on the plane. We get the exact same seats. And I was like, okay, well, we can get home now. We're a little closer. It'd be a piece of cake, right? Now, we sit at the gate this time for like another 45 minutes. And then a little bit longer waiting to get out onto the freaking runway before we finally take off. And for some reason, even though I think we were like almost 700 miles closer to Florida than Philadelphia was, it took us like almost the same amount of time to get there, like over 2 hours. So we finally get there, get Florida, we get off, and go down to baggage claim, and it takes like an hour to get our freaking bags. So we landed in Philadelphia, which is the same time zone as Florida, at like 11 o'clock, and we didn't get home until like 10 o'clock at night. Here's the funny thing. It seems like every time I go up to Washington, the weather's beautiful. Not to say there's no beautiful days when I'm not there, but few and far between. Like the days right before I show up, it's either cold or rainy or stormy. And then right after I leave, it's cold and rainy and stormy. Well, there, it's beautiful. I think it's a sign. It's a sign. And I'm giving myself till Monday to kind of reacclimate back to my regimen and my diet and exercise, because all I did the whole time we were in Washington was eat. And now it's just I get back. We're here. I even go shopping or not. I can't stop. Just oh my God, I'm snacking all the time. And I said, you know what? I'm going to give myself till Monday. Haven't really put on any weight. I put on physical food weight, but I haven't really put on any weight. And I still physically feel, because I pinch my fat a lot, like I'm still burning the fat on my stomach. So I'm like in a good zone there. Maybe I needed kind of a refeed to get the fuel to burn more fat. But, I mean, I'm not overindulging. I'm not eating 5,000 calorie meals. I'm not eating 5 sandwiches a meal or anything like that. I'm still pretty tight on portions. I'm just not eating all that well, and I'm eating a little more frequently. But yeah, I'm gonna give myself till Monday. So Sunday night will be, that's it. Back strict on diet, because I'm making that goal one way or the other. Anyway, that's the story for today. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Dietrich Marcella, love you guys to death.